This meeting is being recorded.
Hello.
Hi. So,
Wonderful.
nobody else here?
I will write to Volker. Tonio is there. Okay, so I did. Wonderful to see you. So you will write about the benches project. I am recording it, so maybe I will not post this part unless you want it.
Oh, no problem. I'll post it.
Okay, so I can post it
tomorrow or Wednesday. No problem.
Okay. So
I cannot. It's quite finished. So benches, point site. If anyone wants to have a look,
yeah,
and I'll clear it up later this week. Yeah.
We are looking for ideas. Like if people want to write that they would like to organize a project, maybe that would be even more interesting than just writing. We are doing this and that. So maybe more people could have their own ideas what to do.
Yeah, sure.
And it would like be interesting to have many perspectives.
Yeah. I've asked for in benches it has to be a public bench, but on the other hand, why not let everybody decide what they do? If they want to do a performance in front of their couch or what else.
But like the minimum is recording some sounds while at a bench, and maybe post a picture of that bench.
Yeah.
And with an email address, how to send it to you?
Yeah, I have a different email. Let's take info@benches point site.
So you will post it. You will post it this week.
Yeah, I'll post it. I think tomorrow or Wednesday when I have some time.
You know, I wrote to a person interested in maps about your project. I mean, said there will be such a thing, but it's not yet.
Yeah,
there will be. So I think it's really a good idea, and you might be interested.
Yeah.
Hello, Volker V.
I wondered if he was joining, but because he was on WhatsApp and there he is, and I asked him, remembered that we had this meeting tonight, but he didn't answer yet. But he's here. Volker is here. I just can't hear anything, or you're not speaking.
I'm recording. We might see how things work if we just talk and have this social club, perform sound poems about machine, or we can discuss some future projects.
Yeah, we can do all that. I didn't prepare anything, so if I'm going to do a sound poem, it's going to be a very improvised one. That's Volker.
His microphone works. Yes, I was just being on freeze, which was a freeze of myself. So I was listening to somebody on the phone, sort. So like that.
And we could simply try something like a poem. Maybe like Neil D. Redke had this idea about different speeds, like using one, but in different speeds. And when there are 3 or more people, it can be interesting. Can we talk about machines, for example, machines, or I like to use machines, something like that. Would it be fine?
Yeah, fine with me.
I like to use machines. I like machines.
to use
I like to use machine.
machine.
I like to use machines. I like to use
I
machines.
like
I
to
like to use machines. I like to
machine.
use machines. I like
I like
machines.
to
I like to
machines.
use machines. I like to use
I
machine.
like
I like
to
to use
use
machine. I like to use machines. I
machine.
like to use machine. I like to use
I
machines.
like
I
to
like to use
use
machines. I like to use machines. I
machine.
like to use machines. I like to use
I
machines.
like to use
I like to use machines. 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 To use machines. I like 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 machines. I like
Machine.
And there is another idea about like duets, like when people cooperate in different projects, or I don't know how, but
Shall I explain what I was thinking about that?
yeah, that's what we
There was a bit of echo. The thing is, I got a comment on a post of the graphic notation project from Olympus Cosmos, who is the owner of One Track Records and Default Standard Records. One Track Records is a very rigid label that has a very strict way of planning the whole year with publications, and his other label is more of doing stuff when he feels like it's nice. And he was like, well, I like graphic notation, but it was a bit small as to what it could have been. So he was like, would you maybe like to redo it in collaboration with one of my labels? So naturally I said, yeah, this would be a good idea. But I have to speak about it with my fellow ensemble members, how we would think of it. I already had a very long conversation, more conversations with him, and he was like, well, basically we summed it up to two ideas. And in the first meeting we had at 7, we thought that the second of the ideas would be the nicest, but the first idea was one person make a score and all the other people make music to that one. And my idea that Olympus also was make duets, or well, as we call it now, teams, that you have one person make the score and the other person make the music to it. But it doesn't necessarily have to be a duo. It can also be, if you think there's one person who wants to make it and it's paired up with two people, then it's a trio or whatever, but just teaming up so that you do have multiple notations and multiple interpretations of these notations.
So I think duets would be like something interesting and reasonable. And if someone writes a legend, what a symbol means, it would be more strict, or it could be more aleatoric. But duets would be really interesting. And when 3 people want to do one project, it would be interesting, but we should have to organize it well to write that. First, we are trying to get people interested. I mean, ask who would like to join, and then to make the teams, little teams or something like that.
Yeah. And like I said before, I think
coordinate
the best
that.
time will be somewhere in the fall.
In the fall, okay.
Yeah.
Because
it can be for 2 months, or we can start even now and make the deadline till the end of November or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that you already not post it until October. Of course, you can post it now and say because then already people can also say like, oh, we would like to do it, and then duets might form for themselves, or we could do it like Neil does with his collaborative duets that people apply, and as soon as we think we have an even number, we start pairing. I mean, it can be both, or maybe
Would
some people
you
already.
coordinate it, Volker? Would you like make the post and then like make
Somewhere later in this week, yes, I could, because
wonderful. Thank you, and sorry for the trouble, but it would be great.
No. It's just being realistic. I mean, I just dropped off Paloma at the airport today, and I have a free evening now, which is filled in by this. But tomorrow, the day after, I just have to work, so that I don't have time for it. But in the weekend, I will have time. Yeah.
It doesn't have to be in a hurry.
No.
Yeah. But what I like also about this, well, Neil tried to make a collaborative thing, and then it didn't work with when we tried to do something collaborative last time. The ensemble is still like we all do our own thing within the theme, but there's no. We should have more collaborating things, I think.
Between people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like training regular exercises together, like a choir, like an orchestra. That would be wonderful.
Yeah.
Really difficult.
I think both things. I mean, the form we use, like
both.
And in project also. I mean, the projects we have going, a lot of them will be probably like they were for people to do what they want. But also, I think, like Antonio says, there can be some dynamic in people forming their own duets. But if it doesn't work, we can also assign like I'm now a coordinator that says, well, Jantje gaat met Pietje, Truusje met Klaatje, and that's duos, and that's how we do it. Because also a lot of labels work that Travis from Poverty Electronics does it like that. Neil already did it a long time with all his auditive duets. So there is a formula that works.
So, for example, could we do like the UFO sounds? I will try to share screen. Okay.
It worked before, so it should be working now.
Okay, so I will try to do it like this way. And so the second poem, like UFO machine. Would we do it for like a minute?
Fine by me.
Okay.
Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 Okay. Thank you. I checked how to stop the sharing the screen, but I found it. Okay. So, any ideas for poems, or we should just talk about whatever we want, or strategy for our group?
One thing would be that if we want to have some diversion, entertainment, we could do the siren, but that doesn't necessarily
The
need to be all the way.
siren. Yes.
Dus, jij kunt mijn lelijke handschrift wel lezen, Tonio. Dus dat
Okay.
is ook gewoon best wel
Siren. Tattoo. Wee. Yeah, I can read it. Volker was asking me if I could read his ugly handwriting.
No,
Most of the time I can't,
you
but
can
now
write
I could.
It's more like, come on, you can. Shall I count in?
So we
Two.
begin. I found a book with like linguistic exercises, or was it to sound nice, to, you know, to practice various syllables and so on. It's great material for sound poem. Even repeating like consonants, it's an interesting sound. Could we just try it? This might be like machines, because machines are like strict and so on. So could we say like grh, z, f? I don't know. Maybe everyone would have a phrase. I'm just improvising. So do you have other subjects or ideas? Or maybe we could just try and everyone does like that's the most minimalistic thing, but it's beautiful. It can be beautiful. Would we do it for a minute? Would it
Okay.
I'll give a signal. So just and we can do or just okay. Okay. Wonderful. I think that there are some programs. I don't know, I should try something, but if you have ideas, please say it. I think we have like 10 more minutes, but there are some games. I don't know which one that was, but I had this game that changed the voice. Except I don't know how to use it. But if you have ideas, please say so. How was it? Maybe this works. Maybe this works. No, it doesn't. Sorry. Do you work? No. Sorry, but maybe some other time it was just an idea that, you know, we could use some.
Next time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have other like things to discuss, or just we do another poem? These operas, how could we do that if we want to do it? Like a big piece, or maybe a series of small pieces that would make one big piece. But how to make it, you know, I am thinking about this notation with words. Like we do it, like make UFO sounds or make a siren. And someone would record it, or more people would record it, and it would be gathered, and it would be scene 5. And 20 scenes would make the whole thing. Too difficult or possible?
No, possible. I think that's possible. Yeah, but it's if you do it that way, it's actually quite simple to do it together. So would be very well possible.
With the former opera, it also proved quite effective to do it like that. I mean, the only thing you did have to do afterwards is just edit the images into the general film.
So maybe we'll write in the comments about more ideas or about some particular projects. Perhaps someone will write new ideas, and there will be your project, Tonio, mainly for July, I guess, but without a strict deadline.
Yeah, that doesn't have to be a strict deadline if I can, but if it keeps expanding, like someone comes up with and then I put it on the side. Yeah. One thing I thought would be interesting in the benches project is that I make a little poster, and if possible, you put it on the bench. So normally only people interested in sound art and going to the site would read that. But if it is a public bench, and therefore I thought it was interesting to that it would be a public bench, and you put a poster next to it. Hey, this bench is part of this project, and you can go to this site, and everybody has his phone, and you can be on this bench and listen to sounds from benches anywhere in the world. But that would make the interesting thing I thought was that you would have a totally other audience than you normally have. People who would never listen to our projects suddenly just some passers by who see this bench and see this poster and get curious what it is about, go and listen. Well, that was what I liked about one thing I liked about the idea. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I think we have not too much time for this 40 minutes limit of the meeting.
Okay.
But we did some sound poems. I wonder how to invite people like prepared for a choir piece, like 20 people, and all of them have like the same thing, like written in words, and we all perform it, or there are roles. But it's not a problem. I think we're having fun already.
No, it's not. Yeah. With a bigger sound poem,
Yeah.
with a bigger group. Yeah,
Yeah.
would be nice. Yeah.
Maybe I should avoid the name opera and call it, yeah, simply sound poems, and a series of sound poems. That would be less scary.
I would call it operetta. That already sounds more.
To make it more funny. Yeah. Something. Well.
Symphony.
But a symphony, yes. And when we look at the beginnings of theater, it was all like similar. I mean, the choir singing, dancing, and
basically just commenting everyday daily life.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there is this stress that the meeting will end. Maybe 5 more minutes or less.
Okay, so then we should just say goodbye till next time.
Okay, it was nice seeing you and listening to your poems and so on. Okay, so that's all. Bye-bye.
I guess that's all then. Okay.